Hey guys, welcome back to the Devlog. I'm sorry I've been out for past couple of weeks now, or maybe more, but I really had to take a break from doing the stuff. But I'm back now, so let's see what I've done in the past couple of weeks or so. Okay, so the first thing that I did was to make the UI components for the profile page. So this was pretty simple. I just had the name, some basic stats, and the table. Nothing fancy here. So after completing my front end, I went to the back end and then I started to fetch the data from my database. So this was going pretty well until I moved to the hard part, and that was to get all the PRs. So my initial plan was that you can see, if you go to your profile, you'll be able to see what your PRs are. Now these PRs are not official PRs, these are just PRs in my system, in my software. So and that was pretty hard to figure out. I mean, I don't know how to do it, but then I somehow did it, and you're gonna take a look at that later in this video. Then I started to work on the PR system. Now the PR system was pretty tricky to implement. I had to think for a couple of days to come up with the logic so that I can build the system. So then I came up with the logic and then I tried to implement it, and it does not work. So the first thing that I did was to build the front-end UI. So I did that, which was very simple. Just created a few view components and I put there some placeholders. Then I again focused on the backend, and now after doing a bit of research, I finally found a function that I needed: presenting group by. So what this does is it presents you the data in groups. So now I can query the data and then group by the puzzles, and then from that I can easily write a few scripts to calculate the PRs, both single and average. So that's what I did. And then I did some testing to make sure that the system actually works, and finally it did. So I pulled the data from the front end and I tried to show the data from the front end, and it worked. So yeah, it was easy. Okay, so when I was working on the PR system, I noticed a big issue. This is that the system that I built to make sure that the person can only move to the next round if he's eligible, well, that system is broken. So this was basically an edge case that I didn't even think of, and well, it happened and I don't know how to solve it. However, I have one thing in mind, and I think that it will probably work. So I'll try that and let's see what happens. Okay, so after spending way more time than I would like to admit, I finally got the system up and running, and now it is working perfectly. Now keep in mind, it took me way more time, like 2 or 3 days to figure it out, but I finally did it and now it's working. So yeah. Then I started to work on the last section that I'm going to go through in this video. So this is the competition history section. So all the competitions that you've attended will be visible from this page or this section here. So the first thing that I did was to go to the backend and then query out every single competition that the user has attended. Then I tried to show it in the front end, but here's a catch. The way I queried the data, that was very inefficient. It returned a huge response, and it just had a big toll on the load time. So then I found out another magical function, which is called select. So using select, I can select specific attributes of a certain class so that I can just query only that attributes, which will reduce the size of the JSON data that I'll receive in the front end. So that was really helpful. So I refactored my query logic in the back end, and then I started working on the front end, making the UI components, and then finally showing the data in the front end. Also, I've created another page that you can access through clicking this button. So this page will give you an overview of all the submissions and the results of each event that you competed in. So just a nice touch, just a nice finishing here. So there you have it. I'm very sorry for being super late, but I had to take a break from this. I had other stuff to do, I had other plans. So yeah, it's finally good to be back, and I hope I'll be able to post regularly from now on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button if you like the video, maybe subscribe, I don't know, that's your choice. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.